Hi, Emma Talisi here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about filtering your decisions through the Celery Test. So recently I have just finished reading a book and here it is. It's called Start With Why by Simon Sinek and it's a fantastic book. I'd highly recommend it if anyone wants to read it. And it had a fantastic metaphor within it, basically about filtering your decisions through the Celery Test. So let me tell you a bit more about this. If you think about in life, people are always going to offer you advice, maybe guidance, maybe you're faced with decisions or choices and you're not sure which decision or choice to make. If you filter things through this Celery Test, then it is going to give you a clearer idea of what is the right decision for you. Because some of these decisions or advice might not necessarily be bad advice, it just might not be good advice for you. So the Celery Test, let's go through an example. And the metaphor that he uses is, let's say you're at a cocktail party and you have 4 people who are all running a business, highly successful business, come up to you and they offer you advice. So over the course of the evening they come up to you. One guy says to you, you need to have M&Ms. M&Ms is the answer. If you don't have M&Ms, you're missing a trick. So you think, okay, M&Ms, all right. Next person comes up to you and says, rice milk. Rice milk is the answer. This is what is sending my sales through the roof. You have to get involved in rice milk. So now you're thinking, right, okay, rice milk as well, right? Okay. And then the third person comes up to you and says, Oreos. I introduced Oreos and oh my gosh, you just have to try it. See what happens to your business. So you've got 3 things now. You've got M&Ms, you've got rice milk, and you've got Oreos. And then the 4th person comes up to you and says, do you know what? Celery is the answer. Get celery, get involved within celery, you will be amazed. So now you've got 4 things that someone has offered you, 4 people have offered you different pieces of advice for 4 things you've got to get involved with. So the next day you go to the supermarket and you invest time and you invest money in going looking for the right M&Ms, rice milk, Oreos and celery, and you pick out the best ones and you're standing in line in queue buying all 4 of these things. Now if anyone was to look at you, they wouldn't know what you believe in, they wouldn't know your why for doing business whatsoever, because you're buying a whole host of things that don't relate to each other. So imagine your why was to always be healthy. If you had a why that was to always be healthy, you could have easily filtered out 2 of those things. You could have looked at the Oreos and the M&Ms and said, well, they're not really healthy, are they? So you would have gone to the supermarket and you would have just invested in rice milk and you would have invested in celery. And you would have been stood in the queue buying rice milk and celery, and someone would have looked at you and said, okay, you're a guy who's healthy, you believe in being healthy. And people would know what you believe in and they would know your why. So if we relate this to life, let's say you're a new parent and you make a decision that you don't want to do, you only want to do baby-led weaning, let's say, and someone offers you advice, oh, there's fantastic recipes and they're all about blitzing it up and having no lumps and bumps in it whatsoever. And okay, that's great advice for someone who wants to mix up their food and to mush it down so it's got no lumps and bumps, but for you, if you've decided that you want to do baby-led weaning, that's not great advice for you. So you could put that through your filter and say, that's great advice, but it doesn't fit with what I'm doing within my life. And this ultimately will give you integrity with everything that you do. So let's go for another example. Let's say that you're trying to lose weight for a wedding that you're going to, or maybe your wedding. And this is your why. You want to lose weight for this wedding. So if you're faced with having a slice of chocolate cake, which has got 600 calories in it, okay, yes, maybe the short term might be really nice to eat that chocolate cake, the taste, the flavour, you'll really enjoy it. But your long-term why is to lose weight for your wedding. So if you filter that decision through your why, the answer is simple. You're not going to be eating that slice of chocolate cake, although it might seem really nice. So that's the idea, is for this Celery Test, is just any decision you're faced with, you filter it through your why for what you are doing, whether it be life or business or anything like that. So now all you have to do is find out what is your why, and you'll be simple. So hopefully I'll speak to you guys soon, and hopefully that's been great advice for you, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care, bye.